Money constantly flows.
Hi, everybody. Come on in here. I got the meditation music going. Hit the share and subscribe button. Let me make sure we are going live on here. Good morning. Good morning.
It's easy to make money.
Good morning, y'all. Come on in here. We're going to talk about Tiffany Red and Beyonce this morning. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Marye Dean Esquire here at the wallstreetlawyer.com in the house. Coming to you live on blackwallstreet.com. Also going live on Fly Nubian Queen, where Black women have a voice. And I am one of those powerful Black women that have a voice. And I'm happy to be here. So come on in here, hit the share and subscribe button, because we're going to talk about some business building tools. And today we are using the case study of Beyonce and Tiffany Red. And so I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. Who you with? Beyonce versus Tiffany Red. The commentary has been interesting on this. Let's see here. Okay, let me know you're here. Drop your B1 in the chat. Drop your B1 if you put Black people first. That's our motto. I learned that from Dr. Boyce Watkins. And I want to give a shout out to Dr. Boyce Watkins for giving me the opportunity to go live on his platform. I definitely appreciate that. We're going to turn this on. I definitely appreciate that. So yeah, who are you with? Are you with Beyonce? Do you think that Tiffany Red... Let me add her on here. That's Tiffany Red. A lot of y'all talk about Tiffany Red with her helmet hair, with her red helmet of salvation. You know, I'm here for the comments, honey. And the comments have been really cracking me up. Okay. But I actually like her haircut. That used to be my style back in the day. But anyway, I digress. We got Mr. Clark, M. Clark dropped their B1. Thank you. Because we put Black people first. If you put Black people first, I'm sure you really appreciate my my earrings. I said I was going to be rocking these for y'all during the month of Black History. My sister bought me these earrings. Montgomery Brawl. Montgomery Brawl. My chair earrings. So come on in here, hit the share and subscribe button. We're going to talk about Beyonce versus Tiffany Red. I think I'm going to let a little bit of this clip play.
Yeah, we should cut replay on her. So Zendaya got publishing and writer credit. She did not write on replay. King by Tamar Braxton. I wrote and produced that song. I wrote that song for myself as an artist. In my living room. Tamar got, I don't know what she ended up getting. I think I own like 85% of that song. But I should own all of it because I did all of it. She didn't write shit. Seven Streeter, who's a songwriter. This one really hurt my heart. Seven Streeter, just being honest. Me and Mansour did that song. It was originally called Bitch. Have any of the publishing because she didn't write anything on it. Publishing is my only source of income. And by the way, none of the artists that I've mentioned have a career anything close to in music Beyonce. None of them do. But the reason why I'm bringing up my experience with every artist or almost every artist that I've worked with that has taken publishing that they did not earn on the songs that I wrote for them is because there is a precedent that's set. The reason why I called out Beyonce is because Beyonce is the Michael Jackson of our generation. And so if there's anybody that could reshape the precedent, if there's anybody that could influence the industry, that had the power and the money and the cultural thing to say, you know what, y'all, you're right. These songwriters have been out here. We've been in the street, literally. I have been in the street in front of Spotify. I've been in front of Universal. I have sat and I have talked to all y'all publishers. I talked to y'all publishers. I talked to the DSPs. I talked to the copyright royalty, the U.S. Copyright Office. I talked to NMPA. I talked to RIAA. I talked to SONA. I talked to NSAI. I talked to all of them. And guess what? Y'all are still broke.
So let's talk about Google local service ads and how they work. First off, what's the value?
Okay, y'all, I'm back. I wanted that to play a little bit. And we got a comment here from Miss Tanya Turner. She says Beyonce is quite fluent in business and talent. She earned her space. Respect is due. You know, when I think about it, I have to say, I feel like it's not Beyonce versus Tiffany Red. It's more like Beyonce business versus job mentality. If I have to break it down another way, business versus job mentality. You know, it sounds like to me as I listen to Tiffany Red's rant, and I truly empathize with this sister. As I listened to her rant, I just felt, I just wanted to say, stand up, just stand up, right? And put your big girl panties on and get your business house in order. How dare you go into McDonald's and tell McDonald's that they are exploiting their workers who are earning minimum wage for all of the hard work that they do. They are being paid what the value of the job is in the eyes of that business. Now, what most people do when they have a job, and this is what I did when I was at a point in my life where I was job dependent, I also had a business on the side. And as you elevate in one arena, it does raise your value in the other. I became the Wall Street lawyer.com while I was a contract attorney with Sullivan and Cromwell at the height of the Occupy Wall Street movement. And so that's when that brand was given to me. I say came to me, given to me, tomato. That's when that brand came to me. While I was working for the man representing Goldman Sachs. And so, you know, when you're job dependent, you take the job that you get, but you have got to be smart enough to learn how to leverage that job and that opportunity. You mean to tell me you're getting writing credits like the writing credits that you get from our beautiful Queen B, Beyonce, straight out that H town, you know, it's going down. You've had the opportunity to work with an artist like Beyonce, and you have not been insightful enough. I'm not going to say intelligent enough. I'm not going to insult this queen's intelligence, because we don't do that over here. We uplift one another. And I can tell you, from one writer to another, I respect people who write, and from one artist to another, I definitely respect people who write music and write songs, because to me that's writing on two different planes, right? That's writing on the intellectual plane, but it's also writing on the musical spiritual composition plane, which is why it lends itself to two different copyrights. But I digress. So it's hard for me to say that Beyonce did something wrong. Beyonce has her business to a T. It's even at one point, as Tiffany Red goes on in her complaint and her ostracizing of Beyonce and other artists, she harps on Beyonce because Beyonce's name is going to garner what she's gotten, headlines. So she says she brings Beyonce into the fold, but she also admits that she didn't really write for B. This is per the experience of some of her other friends who have, and that these other friends who have can't pay their rent, can't pay their bills, you know, have terrible credit, and she's accusing Beyonce for that, you know. And to me, how can you? Is it McDonald's fault that you can't get your stuff together, and that, you know, and that they should pay you more just because their company has made billions this quarter? Is it their fault, or is it your fault that you went there and had a job and was job dependent, but you didn't take anything from that job that you could take away and go and claim your own freedom for yourself? And let me tell you something, folks. You deserve to be free. Drop a freedom in the chat if you think that you deserve freedom. Drop a freedom in the chat. Okay. Marye Dean Esquire here at thewallstreetlawyer.com. Coming to you live on Fly Nubian Queen. Coming to you live on blackwallstreet.com. Coming to you live on Instagram at The Wall Street Lawyer. And just giving it to you, giving you my opinion on the Beyonce versus Tiffany Red. And I'm sorry, I'm on Queen B side. I'm on Queen B side. And one thing I want to bring up, I don't know if you guys have ever heard the term of money dysmorphia. Money dysmorphia. Money dysmorphia. I first heard the term by my mentor, one of my mentors. Shout out to Allie Katz, founder of Personal Family Lawyer, CEO, where I learned how to organize my business, my personal family law business, which is estate planning, in addition to, bringing it into my corporate practice where I, do all things for you. As I say, I handle all things business, from corporate formations to corporate finance. Now I'm also doing the estate planning stuff. And so shout out to Allie Katz for teaching me how to do that. And so one of the terms that I've first heard her say is money dysmorphia. And money dysmorphia stems from deep-seated, often inherited fears and beliefs surrounding money. When money dysmorphia exists in a blind spot, it can cast a shadow over your business, constraining growth and perpetuating the scarcity thinking. Now, if I feel like Tiffany Red suffers from that, because how can you fumble such big bags? How can you work with Queen B and not have gone and created your own queendom? You cannot expect another queen to give you a throne. They might give you a seat at the table. They might give you a plate, but it is up to you to take that plate and that seat, baby, and go use it to build your own throne, to create your own house. If you're a queen, you have a queendom, but no one is going to crown you. That is up. Your freedom is yours for the taking. Okay. So we got M. Clark. M. Clark has dropped a freedom down. Your freedom is yours for you to claim. You cannot expect your oppressor to give you your own freedom. That's what I mean. I support reparations. Don't get me wrong. And I support anybody that want to, but I'm not holding my breath for my oppressor to give me something. Just don't take my opportunities away from me. Just don't slave me. But once I have my freedom and I have my free will, because I am intelligent enough to know that the reason why you have your foot on my neck and the reason why you do so much to hold me back is because of all that is in me that frightens you, because you don't carry that within you. And so and once I get the opportunity to fly, that I might just fly higher than you. And if that's the perspective that you have for yourself, then what will you be? What can you be? What is inside of you to become? And so shout out to Tiffany Red for being able to work with some of these great mainstream artists. And I think that it's a matter of negotiation, right? She comments in her rant that no one held a gun to my head. No, yes, true. No one held a gun to her head, but and she says, but the gun was the disparity in bargaining, the disparity in power that's the gun. I know that if I give this song to anybody else, these songs, this is what she knows when she comes to the bargaining table. That's why she don't have any real power at the bargaining table. She knows that if I don't get Beyonce to sing this song or any of the other mainstream artists that she wrote for, these artists understand that if I don't let them sing my song will be heard in a closet somewhere in the back of Ohio, and nobody else will ever hear my song. And so that is why you negotiate away some of your publishing. You negotiate. She willingly willingly negotiated that away in exchange for the payout that she got. Because another thing is, yes, you can sell it to someone else, but is that song going to reach the same level of play, the same level of notoriety that it would reach if it was not sung by one of these mainstream artists? Probably not, which is probably why you agreed to the fee then. So how dare you agree to a fee on one hand and then come back crying about it later because now you ain't got the money to pay your rent? Shame on you. Shame on you. And it take the comments, I learned that this was the same lady who actually this was actually the same lady who was the commentary for what's her name? Cassie. how did I forget? For Cassie. And that's the same writer that had been hired by Puff Daddy to write for Cassie. So she's out there in these streets writing for other people. She is but it is up to you. No one is going to save you. You will get opportunity. And if you're great, you'll get the opportunity to work with some great people. But if you want to be wealthy, if you want to have money flow in and out of your life, that is up to you to create for yourself. No one is going to come and save you. Okay, shout out to peace and blessings to you, Mary, with an E. Those glasses are fly. Thank you. That's what State Representative Dr. Alma Allen used to always call me, Mary with the E. Mary with the E. Hey, Mary. Hey, Mary with the E. I went to her fundraiser last night. It's that time of year again, everybody. So go out and vote. And early vote to get people on the ballot. It's one of those off years. It's not during the big election time, so we often miss these little chances to get out there and vote. But a lot of our local leaders in Houston, Texas are running for office, including my mentors, State Representative Dr. Alma Allen, she's on the ballot. Ron Reynolds, he's on the ballot. And my best friend, Siobhan Carr, is running for judge. She's on the ballot. So we have another comment, okay? I found that in business, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. Good point. Good point. I'm gonna leave that up because that's what the problem is with Tiffany Red. And not only did she not negotiate, this is why you have to negotiate your dollar up front, right? One of the things we know, even in business, even if I let people pay on retainer, usually the most money you're going to get is up front. And so you got to collect that, your power is in how you walk through the door. And I will say that that's true in dating, is true in business, is true in all things. Respect is either earned up front, either you have respect out the gate or you don't. Sure, you may learn you may grow and respect people more. People may do things to earn your respect in different ways, but I argue that I assert that your relationship has to have a solid foundation. And that's why you want to start out the gate. And how do you solidify what that solid foundation is you want to make sure that you always have an agreement on paper between you guys. And look, I get it. Everybody don't want to hire a big expensive attorney, which I am, all the time, which is why I do have templates, which is why I do offer group coaching, and which is why I will tell you the trick to that is to at least make sure text messages are admissible as evidence in court to prove up an agreement. Emails even better because you have an opportunity to make sure you have, it's a little bit more thought out. Go ahead and type that email and say, as if this is how you remember it, this is what I remember, this is what you agreed to, this is what I agreed to, and this is how we're going to have a come to Jesus moment. So even emails, put it in writing, put something in writing. And remember to negotiate your terms up front, because what because as Mr. General Dollars has said, I found that in business, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. How about it? How about, and it is, which means it is up to you. You put the value on your head. You put the value on yourself. You tell someone what you're worth. And look, you may tell them, you come out the gate, pew pew, shoot, sharp shooter, and you may tell them, but look, in order for you to work with me this time, I'm going to work with you. Let's see how we work together. Let's see how well the song does. If it does well, then the next time you want another one of my songs, you're going to have to pay me what I'm worth. And so it sounds like that maybe Tiffany Red did not know her value. And a lot of these other writers do not know their value, and they do not understand their worth. Another key thing that you want to know that I want to mention, make sure you follow me on at the Wall Street Lawyer. On Instagram, all social media all across the board. On X, which is the old Twitter, is just the Wall Street Lawyer ST. You can follow me at blackwallstreet.com, blackwallstreet.com. Check out my course, blackwallstreet.com, which is also the name of my book, blackwallstreet.com, How to Build a Thriving Black Business Using the Laws of the Universe. You can find that book on Amazon. Just put my name in, Marye, Marye, Marye with the E, Dean, like the Dean's List, and the book will come up right at the top. Okay. So people want to change others, but they are not willing to change themselves. Now that is how I feel about Sexy Red. Lord knows, I know she don't want to be compared to Sexy Red. I want to act like Sexy Red don't ever even exist. Tiffany Red. People want others to change, but they are not willing to change themselves. Now, she talked about the other artists that have gotten big payouts from that did not get big payouts, that although she feels like they deserve it, who have given up their publishing. She talks about the other artists, but she also mentioned that their credit ain't right, and they can't get they can't pay their bills, which tells me they're just not good at managing their own personal affairs. And what does that have to do with selling of one song? If you have sold one song in your business, shout out to all my business owners out there. If you're a business owner, drop a business owner in the chat. Let me know how many business owners I have here with me today. But if you sell one widget in your business, and you may have sold it for too low because you didn't know your values. Oftentimes with you entrepreneurs, you don't know your value coming out the gate. Sometimes you are playing with your prices. You're trying to figure out what your value is. You've compared yourself to other people in the market. But you're coming out, you set this up, and you sell one widget. And then you go on to complain that you cannot pay your bills and you cannot have ends meet. And what does that tell me? Maybe, just maybe you need to sell more widgets. Sell me this pen. Famous line from The Wolf of Wall Street. But no, maybe you need to sell more widgets. And someone who has written for many of these mainstream artists, that is a recipe for you to be able to turn around and get more clientele out in the world that maybe they're not paying what their song is not doing with Beyonce. Maybe they'll pay for your songwriting right out the gate. Maybe you can write for the little man, but you can make enough money to pay your rent every single month. With those kind of connections, with that kind of a resume, you could be able to sell, and merch. The artists sell merch. They have gotten into selling merch for short. But that does not stop you from being able to sell merch either. So where is your business acumen? And why are you sitting on your tail? Why not write a book? Why not teach a course on how to sell and pitch to these mainstream artists? Why is that not your business choice? Why are you not? So whose fault is that? Is that your fault, or is that Beyonce's fault? Because I can tell you one thing about Queen B. Every time I look up, every time I turn around, she done put out something new. She done gave us another reason to go into our pocketbook and give her some money. She singing, dancing, concert. Then beyond the concert, I'm sorry, I've got these windows everywhere. I just saw a big old bird just flew by. But every time she go in her pocket, she giving me a reason to go in my pocket and give her some of my money. Now that's the Beyonce effect. And that's how you two be. That is, may we all be like Beyonce. And maybe if Tiffany Red spent less time being a Debbie Downer and a wimpy whiner, and put on her big girl panties and learn to be like Beyonce, one of the hardest working women in the entertainment industry. Maybe if she figured out a way to have you, every time you see her, you're going in your pocket and you are giving her your money. But no, when do we see her? It's in the middle of controversy. She's controversial. She popped on the scene and got some 15 minutes of fame because of the Cassie and Puff Daddy situation. And now she's back on the scene with another. This is controversy. This is not the type of publicity that you want. She could have been getting real publicity for her songs and her Grammy. She's a Grammy winning artist. Why are you not with those kind of connections? Why are you not parlaying that, pimping that into your freedom, into your future? Why are you choosing to spend that energy complaining? Right? Because one thing we know, this is the channel for intelligent Black people. So we know that as the praises go up, the blessings come down. But the same is true for your complaining. The same is true for your negativity. This is what we understand about energy. This is what we learn from the law of attraction. This is what we have to become what it is that we want. So if you're complaining, I ain't got this, I ain't got that, they don't pay me this, they ain't doing this, they ain't doing that, and blah, 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 and I should have got you. If that's how you walk around, if that's the energy that's all up in your aura and in your being, what do you think that's going to attract to you? More scenarios where you were just, where you ain't gonna have it, where you ain't gonna get it, where it's going to be, it's just your reality is gonna mirror to you what you have said to it. Okay, so that's why we don't carry that energy. That's why instead of we carry the energy of, oh, thank you, Lord, for that opportunity. And I bet, but what I learned is that maybe I went too low. And so if this person want to come back next time and want to work with me again, they want another hit record, that they're going to have to pay like they weigh next time, because I got the publicity. Somebody tried to come to me with the case recently and wanted me to take it on and discount my rate because it was in the news media. I don't want that kind of media. I don't want that kind of publicity. I'm not interested in changing my fees for that kind, just to be on the news. I got enough publicity. I done been in Forbes magazine. Okay, I got enough publicity. Y'all have been done to slapped her name on my book. 50 Cent just gave me a jersey at the Rockets game last year. I don't need no more publicity. I need money, boo. Okay, I got bills to pay. I'm a grown woman. I like to eat. I expensive. So I can't afford to be discounting my rate just for out of the kindness of my heart, or just because you are, you're going through it. I'm sorry. I did my community service and I served my time. I served my community freely. And in business, you don't really have to, because you can do, life is meant to be abundant. And so as God gives to you so that you can give to other people. And as giving in the ways of service, charging a fair rate and giving and providing good value for what it is that I do. Marye Dean Esquire here at the Wall Street Lawyer.com. Coming to you live on Fly Nubian Queen, where Black women have a voice. Coming to you live on BlackWallStreet.com, because Black wealth is critical to Black power. Coming to you live at the Wall Street Lawyer.com. The more we make, the more we give. I hear you. Y'all in my comments cutting up today. Y'all are in my comments cutting up. And so just, happy Black History Month. I hope this month has come in bright for you guys. I hope that you are speaking life over your circumstances. I hope you're living life large and in charge, speaking life over your business. I got a lot of exciting things that I'm working on. BlackWallStreet.com has been, I know I've been pushing the brand and my business and my book since I came onto the scene. But now I'm really, we're going up another gear this year, and I'm excited about that. And I hope that you all are going up another gear this year as well. Marye Dean Esquire here at the Wall Street Lawyer.